Shalom, everyone. Hope you're having a beautiful day so far. I was sitting down with a friend, Hanan, yesterday, and we were just talking about lots of different things. And one of the things that came up were just different rabbis. And I was expressing that there was a rabbi that we have on our wall. And his name is Rav Aaron Leib Steinman. Many know of him. And he's just an absolutely beautiful human being. But I said, the reason that I have him on my wall is not because he was this massive Talmid Chacham and learned all day, but the reason I have him on my wall is because of one story that I heard about him, and I just loved him, and then read a bunch of other stories following. But the one story that I really fell in love with was this. There was a man who had a son. The son was struggling religiously. He wasn't so religious anymore. But he came home for one Shabbos, and he was there for the afternoon meal. And the dad said, "Hey, I'm about to go out to learn. Would you like to come with me?" And he's like, "No, not really." He's like, "Well, I'm going to Rav Aaron Leib, Rav Steinman." He said, "Oh." He's like, "Okay, I'll go." And so the father was kind of surprised, like, okay, it was a shot in the dark, but I hope for it. So he goes to meet Aaron Leib, and they do their session in learning, and then afterwards he takes the son up and he shakes the Rav's hand. He comes back and he stays the rest of the Shabbos, and he's like, and the father's kind of surprised, like, why is he staying? Usually he comes home, gets something to eat, he goes back out, but this time he stayed, and after that meeting he kind of kept becoming more and more religious. And so one of these days he came to his son. He's like, "Why did you go that first time that I asked you? When I asked you to go to Rav Aaron Leib, why did you go?" He said, "You want to know why I went, Dad?" He said, "Because I know Rav Aaron Leib from when I was little." He said, "When I was in Cheder, when I was in elementary school, my whole class went to visit him, and the Rav asked everybody a little question, and he gave each kid, he asked them a question, got an answer, got a treat. Question, answer, treat. Question, answer, treat." He said, "But then I came up." He said, "And I was, hyperactive. I really didn't do so much. I didn't pay attention." He's like, so he asked me an easy question. He said, "I got the wrong answer." He said, "Ask me a second question." Got the wrong answer. Asked me a third question, even easier. Still got it wrong. He said, and after that, he's like, so he says, "Pass me by. I didn't get a treat." So I was feeling a little bit bad, but everything was said and done, and we're heading out as a class, and Rabbi Aaron Leib calls me over, and I go over to him, and he says, "Listen, my son, in Judaism, we don't hold by the solution. We hold by the effort. So it's not the answers that you give that make you important or that give you schus, or give you merit." He said, "It's the effort that you put in that gives you merit." And he said, "All these other boys, I asked them one question, they gave me one answer, they gave one effort." He said, "But you, I asked you 3 questions, and you gave effort 3 times." He said, "So you get 3 candies." And he gave him 3 candies. And he said from that day on, he always felt special. He always felt like he did something right. And I remember when I heard that story, just thinking to myself, man, I only wish that I could have met such an amazing person. And I was very moved by that story, just to know that it's important about our effort. Our effort is what Hashem is really looking for. Yeah, we might come out with the right answer, or we might come out with the wrong answer. We might come out with the solution. We might not come out with the proper solution. But what matters most is the effort that we're putting forth when we try and do our best to serve Hashem, when we try and do our best to live the best life that we can. So my encouragement to you today is put forth the effort. Do the best that you can with what you've got. And that you'll get rewarded for. So hoping that you take care of yourselves, and as always, take care of others.